Well, as Coach Prime is trying to finish up his first recruiting cycle at the University of Colorado, he's trying to go after some big-time transfer portal targets and solidify himself as the transfer portal king. See, I'm putting on the crown as Coach Prime is trying to do that. But before we get into it, please go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you Colorado fans are thinking down in the comments below. Who do you guys want to see Coach Prime go out there and get in the transfer portal? Where do you guys think that you're realistically going to land by the end of this cycle? Okay, well, we got to talk about it. The first big recruit that he has on campus this weekend, Milo Slusher, the junior from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. By the way, kind of wish that Oklahoma could have got this kid. He actually right now is committed to Louisville, but he hasn't signed on the dotted line. He's not enrolled. In his career, he has had 93 total tackles. 2020 had 18 solos. 2021 he had 33. And 2020 had 9. He has 2 interceptions in his career, 2.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. Milo Slusher is a former 4-star guy. This is a guy that, could come in as a DB and really make a room in that defensive back room for Coach Prime from the Arkansas Razorbacks. Love Milo Slusher. It would be interesting seeing him in a Colorado uniform. Another guy that you guys have on campus this weekend for a recruiting visit, that a guy that a lot of Oklahoma fans are really interested in, Tyrone Broden, the 6'7", 210-pound junior wide receiver from Bowling Green. This dude's tremendous on the production. For the past 2 years, he's over 30 receptions, over 500 yards in receiving, averaging over 15.5 yards a catch. 2022, he had 7 touchdowns. In 2021, he had 5 touchdowns. So a guy that really could be a weapon for Shedeur Sanders on the outside. Tyrone Broden would be a huge, humongous pickup. Additionally, you have the former 4-star, now he's a graduate transfer, Kavase Smoke from the University of Kentucky. This dude, in 2019, before he got hurt, 101 attempts, 616 yards, 6 touchdowns. He had a little bit of a dip in 2020, 21, 22 because, obviously losing your job and everything. But in 2020, he had 229 yards, 2021, 416 yards, 2022, 277 yards, totaling 6 touchdowns in those 3 years. But this is a dude where you put him in the right position, maybe a little bit of a change of scenery, really could be a breakout running back for you guys. And I think this is a guy that you probably need to go out there and get now, especially after Colorado lost out on Trey Sanders to TCU, which I know Trey Sanders wanted to be at Colorado. So, which, by the way, TCU's killing it in the transfer portal. They might be crowning themselves transfer portal kings because they're getting a lot of former 5-star guys or just a lot of guys in general. You could definitely tell this national championship thing has helped boosting them up there. So, additionally, you have Isaiah Johnson, the freshman DB out of Arizona State, one of Arizona State's best recruits as of recently. He had total 16 tackles this year. 14 of those were solo. Definitely, I feel like he probably thought he could have had more production. So entering the transfer portal there, maybe wanting to stay in the Pac-12, move on up to Boulder, Colorado. That would be interesting. Another interesting thing, really trying to stabilize that DB room. And then you've got Kane Barong, another true freshman. He is from Notre Dame. Didn't see any action this year, from what I can tell. Yep, didn't see any action this year. 6'3", 243 pounds. I know you guys have taken a tight end out of the portal. You guys maybe expect to get Eric Gilbert out of the portal or maybe take another one out of this recruiting class. But this would be another great option. You can definitely tell Coach Tim Brewster is definitely trying to go out there and stabilize this room a little bit and just give Shedeur Sanders as many weapons as possible, and definitely trying to be able to create as much development as he possibly can. And another interesting guy that's coming on campus this weekend is Willie Taggart Jr., the 6'1", 177-pound sophomore out of FAU. Yes, he is the son of Willie Taggart. He does play quarterback though. He only completed 2 attempts, or he had 9 attempts and only completed 2 of those passes. 28.6% completion percentage for 14 yards. This would be interesting. Maybe trying to see if you're trying to bolster up your quarterback room for the future, or maybe he's trying to see if maybe he's trying to bring in somebody to compete with Shedeur Sanders. Don't think this is a guy that is going to be able to go in there and compete with him, but we'll see. And Boomer, the Shiba Inu, is making an appearance for y'all. Additionally, you guys have the offensive lineman Spencer Lovell. That's interesting. Again, we've talked about many times about Colorado needing to bolster up their offensive line and defensive line, really try to be able to get in guys that can go help fight in the trenches with them. This is a guy that can do it. So, and then also you have Yusuf Mugerbil, the 4-star offensive lineman as well, 6'5", 330 pounds, just a massive human being, transferring from Florida. He's not oversized as an offensive line prospect, but he's athletic enough to keep his feet and maybe find that blocker, that downfield blocker. Very inexperienced, but, again, under the right scheme, he's a guy that could get a lot of, development. And so, yeah, I really like what you guys have coming in on the recruiting, or on the transfer portal recruiting trail, I guess is what you should call it. But there was some interesting news, though, that came out of Southern Cal that I think we need to talk about. And that is Domani Jackson. So there have been murmurs that Domani Jackson might hit the portal. For those of you who don't know who Domani Jackson is, he is the 5-star cornerback, number 5 player nationally last year, committed to USC. And according to sources, a school that has popped up and a tie to these rumors is Colorado, which is, Colorado is going to be the destination for DBs for the future to come. You're already seeing that with Ellis Robinson, KJ Bolden, Cormani McClain. Obviously, Travis Hunter is teamed up with Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, whatever you want to call him. I know we're supposed to be calling him Coach Prime, but sometimes you got to do Deion Sanders for the algorithm, guys, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, this would be a great addition. I mean, when you look at what the talent Domani Jackson has, this is a guy that USC folks really felt strong about and really felt like this could be the anchor and start for the, how do you say it? Who's the guy? Alex Grinch defense up there at USC. So it's pretty interesting that Domani Jackson's wanting to hit the portal. He only had 2 total tackles this year, so it's not even like he really saw a whole lot of time. He saw 2 games against Oregon State and Arizona State, so you got to be wondering if that has played a factor into him wanting to transfer at all. It's definitely something we're going to have to keep our eyes on, right? For Colorado to be able to go in there and land a guy like this in the transfer portal, I think would be huge. And I think definitely would solidify you guys as the number 1 transfer portal team in the year of 2022, 2023. So go ahead, jump down in the comments below, Colorado fans. Let me know what you guys are thinking about your list of visitors this weekend. And then also, do you guys think you'll land Domani Jackson in the transfer portal?